So, what does it really mean to invest in yourself? Because this is a financial advice thrown everywhere, but how does it really look like when you invest in yourself in such a way that it creates a life-changing impact and big difference in your life so that you're sure that this investment becomes worth it? That's exactly what we're gonna dive into today, along with my real life examples. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's Nik. As you know, I'm a recovered shopaholic, now a money mindset coach, empowering Filipino professionals to fund their dreams into reality. First off, let's define what does it really mean to invest in yourself. This is the definition that I stand by and when I coach my clients, and it's really about investing in yourself means prioritizing what you truly want to be the best version of yourself. So when you dissect that, there are two things that you need to be clear on. What are those priorities that are aligned with your values, what you want, what your desired lifestyle is? What are the things that are truly staying true to yourself? Okay, what are those clear priorities? And second, how does it look like when you become the best version of yourself? Not according to in comparison to this person, not according to what's best in the industry, not in comparison to what your family says or what your colleague says or what your friends say is successful. None of that. You get to define how does it look like when you are the best version of yourself, when you are operating in integrity, in alignment to your purpose, wherein you're just waking up every single day knowing that you are staying true to who you are and you're constantly growing to become that better version of yourself. These are the things that I love coaching my clients on, and it's because each and every client that I coach, they have very, very unique definitions and criteria of how it would look like if they are operating at their best selves. That's why it's super important to create a clear picture, a clear vision and mission of how that version of yourself would be aligned to what you truly want, so that you know what are the priorities to spend on, so that you know what to invest on, and you can easily filter what's not worth investing your money on because you know that that's not aligned with what I truly want and truly desire for my life. Because oftentimes there's just so many distractions telling us, oh, you should invest in this, you should already start investing in that, you should already spend your money on those things. But then if we take a step back and really look inward and really ask ourselves, is this really what's truly aligned to our values, to our principles, to who we authentically are? When we get into that and not ask someone to decide for us, when we decide for ourselves, and that's where we really figure out what's truly worth investing our time, our money, and efforts on. So now that we've defined what investing in yourself really means, now we get into you have to be clear on your desired outcome when you invest in yourself. Like, what do you want to get out of investing in yourself? So let's say I'll give some examples here. Is it because you want to boost your self-confidence? May it be in public speaking, may it be in interacting with others, may it be in expanding your circle, may it be joining organizations so that you can feel more comfortable in networking or building connections. Another thing could be like, oh, maybe you want to join a competition where you can improve your skills in cooking, in swimming, in triathlons, in all those kinds of things that you are passionate about, and you just want to participate in a competition and you want to enhance your skills so that you'd be ready to take part in that competition. Another desired outcome that I personally decided to prioritize is getting paid doing what I love. And that's all the things that I've been talking about in my channel. Is that for me, I knew before when I really looked inward that the corporate career that I was having, the path, the trajectory that I was in, I became honest with myself that this is not what I see myself in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years. So I'm just wasting my time here, and I'm also wasting the resources of the companies that I'll continue to be in when I know deep in me that it's not really what I intrinsically love doing. So it was a search of really figuring out what I really love, and I want to make sure that I wake up every day earning from doing what I love, earning from what I'm passionate about. And therefore, that's why I got into the industry of coaching, wanting to hone my skills with coaching. And that's why I invested in myself by acquiring the business skills, the coaching skills, the content skills, so that I'd be able to create a business from doing what I love. So that's an example of me investing in myself. Another example may be like some of my clients, they want to hire a fitness coach because they want to create a sustainable workout routine that they love, because they know that if they work with a coach, they get to fast track certain weight goals, or building muscle, or anything that's in relation to toning up their muscles and things like that. That's why it's so important that you first get clear on what your desired outcome is before you invest in yourself, rather than just have a blanket statement, oh, they say invest in yourself, so I'll just invest in all these kinds of things, and that may spread your money too thin. Or worse, you might realize later on that even though that was a good investment, it wasn't the investment for you. By the way, don't mind the wind effect behind me, because I have an electric fan here and I have to put an electric fan here, or else I'm going to sweat buckets and I will have like the sweaty upper lip kind of thing while I'm shooting. So don't mind that. It's essential so that I could keep shooting this video. And that's just the reality of being in the Philippines. Ang init ngayon, guys. Next is I'm gonna share now the 3 P's that you could look at in terms of investing in yourself, and these are the categories that you could look into and figure out for yourself which one is going to be a priority for you that would truly contribute to becoming the best version of yourself. The first P is invest in personal development. In short, self-growth. How does it look like if you prioritize your self-growth, your self-care, your mental well-being, your health, your wellness, your financial peace even, or maybe also just overall in general, maybe your confidence, your positive self-talk and all of that. And these are the things that are super important to invest on, because sometimes we don't realize that we are operating on autopilot. Autopilot meaning we just do the same habits, we just talk to ourselves the same way, we just decide to follow the same kind of routine, not thinking is this really the kind of life that I want to live. What I love about investing in personal development is you get to be intentional about, I want to invest in my growth, I want to invest in my personal development, I want to invest in becoming a better version of myself, because you know deep inside that there's still something that you want to work on, may it be your confidence, your health, your peace of mind, and all of that. This may really look different per person based on what their priorities are, like as I've mentioned earlier. Like if, for instance, you are struggling with your mental health or mental well-being and you want to process like past trauma, that's when therapy is gonna be super beneficial for you. And there is this like stigma about therapy that I remember when I was talking to my friends about it, is that therapy, you don't go to therapy because there's something wrong with you. You go to therapy because there's something that you need help with, and it's something that you want to overcome, and you want someone to talk to that is an expert with that. And it's something that we should really normalize, because like there are people around me who go to therapy because they've decided to prioritize asking for help. They decided to prioritize that, you know, my mental health, my mental illness is no longer going to stop me from becoming the best version of myself. And I especially admire even like some of my clients who have been going to therapy, and then they know that, okay, having therapy, having counseling is really helping me in terms of processing grief, processing trauma. But at the same time, as I'm doing therapy, I also want coaching when it comes to my money mindset. And that's when I really accept my clients, is when they really, I really commend them for that, oh, I want to ask for help, so I want to make sure I'm getting therapy, and I also want to make sure that I get coached with regards to handling my finances better. So that's why for me, it's super important that when I get on a free assessment call with my clients, is that we really get clear on what kind of help they need. Like, because therapy is very different from coaching, and coaching is very different from consulting and mentoring. And all those things we need to have due diligence and do our own research to really understand which one is really going to benefit us the most, that would help us become the better version of ourselves and prioritize our self-growth. Another example of personal development is looking at taking care of your health, your mental well-being. That's why for me, I invested in a workout app that allows allows me to work out consistently every single day for my daily yoga practice. It's just so amazing that when I really prioritize slowing down and just being in the present moment through meditation, it has really allowed me to be more productive. Like, as counterintuitive as that may sound, but I realized that when I tune into myself more, I get to acknowledge my thoughts more, and therefore I get to notice the thoughts that aren't serving me and overcome them so much faster, rather than cover up those fears and thoughts with just always being busy because I'm scared to confront them. So meditation, through the same workout app, which is Alo Moves, they also have like mindfulness exercises there and meditation, and I use some of them. Also, like sound baths, they have them there. I also suggest like Headspace. They are on Netflix. they have like a sample there that I suggest, and it's also been helpful in terms of getting into like beginner meditation. Second P to invest on is invest in a profitable career you love. This has been one of the most life-changing things that I ever invested on that I can't shut up about. So to share how this looks like, it's best to give real-life examples. So in my experience, it was investing in courses, mentorship, community, skills, coaching, in creating the coaching business that I have today so that I could make it profitable and sustainable, because this is something that I always wanted to do full time. And that was a no joke investment amount. I've spent over 200,000 pesos in honing my coaching skills, in making sure that I grow the business that I have today and make it sustainable. And it was definitely worth it, and it was life-changing because that was my desired outcome. I wanted to have a career that is profitable, that I love, that I earn from it, and at the same time create life-changing impact into the lives of my clients. That was my priority. And that's why I go back to what I've said earlier, is that you need to be first clear on what you'd like to prioritize. Is it your health, your financial wellness? Is it your career? Is it your business, and all of that? Because once you get clear on that, then you get to rationalize, and it would be so much easier for you to decide that, okay, this is a big amount to invest on, but I know I'm going to get the return on investment on that. And that's exactly what I chose to focus on. I decided to focus on, who do I become? Who will I become in the process of investing in this? Because there's something powerful when you invest in yourself. It's not just about the money, it's about you deciding to commit to the version of you that you become when you invest in this. And for me, that time, it was committing to be the full-time entrepreneur and money mindset coach that I want to be for my clients, that I get to help them in the best way possible so that they get to also fund the dreams that they care about, that they've always wanted for their lives. I chose to focus on not just who I become, but who I get to help. Another example is from my client Ella that I shared before in one of my Instagram stories, and she shared that because she always wanted to start her own business, when she had the right mindset around it, she was able to invest in business capital to start her own product-based business, and also invest in an iPhone because that would help her really launch her business and keep it going. And I love what she shared here, because she realized that if she didn't have the right mindset about what it really means to invest and to really prioritize the business that she wants, she wouldn't have done it. That's why it really goes back to, what is your mindset around investing in yourself? Do you think it's selfish? Do you think that it's a waste of your time? Do you think that money should go somewhere else, to go to someone else? Do you think that someone else should decide for you on how that money should be spent? Because that's the most important, crucial thing to look at, is how do you view investing in yourself? Because most of the time, people don't do it because they think it's selfish. But is it really selfish to prioritize becoming a better version of yourself so you could become a better version for your loved ones, for your clients, for your colleagues, for your friends? Don't you get to show up even better for them? Won't they see you happier, more fulfilled, and more confident in your everyday life? Is that selfish? Or is that also going to allow you to show up better for the people you care about? That's also how it happened with my client Jen. And when we did a catch up, she said like, it really changed my life when she first decided. It's the decision, okay? When she decided. I think that's the key term, is that when you decide for yourself that it's time to prioritize myself, to invest in myself, that's when you take different actions that would create different outcomes and different results to the life that you want. And for her, that's when she decided to join my program so she could really prioritize her financial peace, her financial wellness. And as a result, she was able to channel her energy in scaling and building the dream art business that she's always wanted, and now she has more fulfillment and purpose in her life. And as a result, she also becomes that inspiration to her customers, to the people around her. And for me, that's the most fulfilling and exciting part when I coach my clients, is that when I see that they are creating a ripple effect of change to the people around them. Like after they graduate from my program, they get to set an example to their friends, they get to set an example to their parents, to their family, to their siblings, to their cousins, that you can pursue the life that you want, that you can fund your dreams, that you can get what you truly want if you decide to prioritize yourself because you deserve to. By the way, if you are curious to learn more about how my one-on-one coaching program works and how I help my clients to fund their dreams into reality by getting clear on their purpose, their priorities, their life vision, then you can check the link in my bio below so you can get inspired by the real life stories of my clients, because I'm always so proud of them and always in awe when I see that they're continuously deciding to prioritize themselves, to trust themselves, to spot the right earning opportunities, to make the right money decisions that would allow them to really get to that best version of themselves where money works for them and that they feel more in control in handling their finances. So check the link in my bio if you're curious on how my one-on-one coaching program works, because I would love to welcome you there soon. Third P is investing in your passions. For me, it's great that we look at other passions outside of work, even if it doesn't earn us money or make us money. Just, a fun passion project that will just allow us to be creative, to just have fun, just because we are allowed to enjoy our money and just because we want to spend more time in doing things that we are passionate about. Like I have a client who's just passionate about learning a full split. Yeah. And she's like, I've always wanted to do it. I always wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and I just really want to learn it, and I'm passionate about it. And I'm like, go, like that sounds so exciting. And she gets to now invest in a coach that helps her do a full split safely and in a fun way, right? And those are just some examples of like, just go, like you can invest in like things that you're passionate about, because truly life is too short to just be so serious all the time. And that's something that I really learned myself, is that like I remembered when I started working, parang masyado akong serious na 20 lang ako pero nagmukha na akong 30 years old dahil masyado akong workaholic noon. And I didn't really think about like what are those passions that I've always wanted to explore. And so that's something for you to think about, is that it's okay to invest in things that you're just passionate about. Like I have another client who just wanted to invest in like a cooking course because she loves cooking. I have another client who loves writing, and so she just wants to have a blog and enroll in a writing course. Like these are things that like, why not? Like, what if we just invest in something that we enjoy because we know that that sparks joy in our life, and doesn't that contribute to becoming the best version of ourselves? For instance, I have a client who just wants to have a YouTube channel with no really intention of monetizing it whatsoever. She just wants to document her journey on YouTube. And what if you buy equipment for that? What if you buy equipment for starting a YouTube channel, starting videos on TikTok just because it's fun? And like, we need to also prioritize just having fun in our lives. And these are the things that you get to have control over, that you get to invest on, because it's something that you're truly passionate about. And this is something that I help my clients with as well, is that when they realize like, oh my gosh, there are just other passions that I've always wanted to do, but I have like mind drama about like, should I really put my money in that? Like, is it really a priority? And so those are the things that I make sure I coach my clients on, so that they feel good about spending on their passions, investing in what truly sparks joy in their life. But Coach Nik, when is it really the best time to invest in these kinds of things? You can check this video where I dive into how important it is to know when, not just how good an investment is, because that can really make or break the investment, and how you can really make the most out of it. So check it out, and I'll see you there.